I'm Esther Freeman, this is Rebel Women. I'm back with Simon from Hackney Tours, and we're going to take you around London Fields and Hackney Central now. So, Simon, if we'd been on that bus, was there something that we would have seen along the way that you can tell us a little bit about?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always like to go upstairs, like Virginia Woolf, do a bit of earwigging. So if you see me, if you see me on a bus, be careful what you say. It might end up in a blog post. But also, you get a great view. And if you were looking on the left-hand side as we went down Graham Road, you might see number 55, and you might notice a blue plaque. That's because Mari Lloyd used to live there in 1888. She, when you got off the bus as well, you probably got off by the Hackney Empire or close to it, and she performed. She would have performed there. She performed all over. She's probably the music hall star, I guess. I mean, her story is absolutely fascinating because we're talking about issues like, well, she was involved in a pay strike actually. So gender, class, all of these things. She was done down by some for being too, well, obviously for being too working class, for being salacious as well, being bawdy. I mean, music hall was looked down upon by some because it was the popular culture of the time. It was for the masses. It starts off with people, landlords realizing that if they put a room on the back of the pub or let out the room at the back and then get a performer in, they'll sell more beer and pack it out. We get the likes of Albert Chevalier, we get Champagne Charlie, and of course we get the wonderful Mari Lloyd, who is many people's favourites. And she was so cheeky. She really was. She was once summoned before the Vigilance Committee, and they said that when she sang, "I sits among the cabbages and peas," possibly a reference to outdoor sanitation in those times, they complained it was a double entendre. So no problem, I'll change that. And she changed it to, "I sit amongst the cabbages and leeks." And then apparently at the same session, just to sort of drive home a point, she sang Maud, "Come into the Garden, Maud" by Tennyson, but she sang it in such a lewd way that they were absolutely shocked. But then afterwards she said, well, it's all in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? It's all in the mind. And she was also involved in the 1907 music hall strike. She was out on the picket line there as well. She was a wonderful performer. She sang, she took Nellie Power's song, "The Boy I Love Is Up in the Gallery," made that famous. "Oh, Mr. Porter," all sorts of things that the kind of in the back of our subconscious there. She was responsible for popularizing. But unfortunately, like Anna Letitia Barbauld, she was also a victim of, or should I say, she suffered domestic violence, which just goes to show how common it is. I mean, I think it's 1 in 4, the statistic. And when I found that out, I was really shocked. You know, it's one of those statistics you read and you go, well, there must be some kind of mistake here, right? But she was unlucky in love, and she was successful in her own right. And some husbands, it seems, took advantage of that. Some men took advantage of that. She was earning a lot of money. But she's this massive figure in terms of popular culture in turn of the century London. And still today, when you mention her name, you'll see people smile a lot. And you might even, if you're lucky, get a little rendition. And I've sung it a few times when I've done walks around Hackney and Hamley Park of "The Boy in the Gallery." You know, I'll wave my little handkerchief. And in some ways, I feel like she's still with us.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm really sad we're having to do this over the Zoom call, and I can't see that rendition now.